Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel Baruni Designs. My name is Deepshikha and in today's video, a first year student from PS University, Chandra Prakash, is going to showcase his internship project which he has done with our company.
Hello everyone, my name is Chandra Prakash and today I am going to explain how a simple GUI can be made. I have used two programming languages C and Python here, and I have also done a little bit of file handling. The code for this entire program I have uploaded in my GitHub repository, so you can access it from there. I have put the link in the description box below. So without further ado, let me first execute it in my screen and I'll explain on the run how it works. Today we are solving a quadratic equation. So I have stored all of my data in one folder. So here I have all the files. So let us take this Python file and execute and see. So I'm using Ideally software. It is where I have done all the editing and all stuff. You can also run this in the command prompt. I'll show how to do that later. Okay. So now when I run this program, I get a pop-up window which asks me to enter input for A, B, and C. So every quadratic function is of the form ax squared plus bx plus c. So we'll enter three values, 1, 6, and 9, which is x squared plus 6x plus 9. We'll press save, calculate, then answer. So when we press answer, we get this answer out here. So I'll take another one input, 1, 9, and 14. So now when we press save, what is happening is that in this input.data file, the input that I have given is getting saved. So 1, 9, and 14, as we can see here. And when I press calculate, the equation is solved and it gets dumped in this output.data file right here, -2 and -7. And then when I press answer in the Python shell, I get my answer out here. So now that we have seen what this function does, let us see how it works. So let me close this and let's go here. So I have defined how to solve the quadratic equation in this quad.c folder. In this quad.c folder, I have a quadratic main function. In this quadratic main function, I'm taking three inputs, A, B, and C, from this input.data file here. Then I solve it. So I also take care of all the error and exception handling. So let us say if our user inputs some letters like W, X, Y, Z. So it should throw this unexpected error occur. Or let us say that he gives an input for a complex roots. So then it should solve for complex number and give the answer. And all this after solving, the answer is dumped in this output file. Now this quad.c file is not getting called directly. What happens is that this quad.c file have defined this function quadratic main, and this is referenced in a file called as main.c. So in this main.c file, I have declared all the libraries and have given reference to quad.c file here, include quad.c. And here in void main, I have called that quadratic function, this quadratic function. So why have I done this? I could have simply put this entire stuff here, right here directly. I'll explain shortly why I have done that. So this is the C part of our entire function. So now let's minimize this and let's see where Python comes into picture. So now the C part that you just saw, if I make a data file, then I can directly compile this C function using the terminal and I'll still get the answer. But we don't want to do that. We want to take our input graphically. So let me just show that it is still possible to solve this using just C. So we have just compiled main.c. We only need to compile the main.c. Since we have referred quad.c in main.c, that gets compiled as well. Let's give some input, say 1, 4, and 9. Let's just save this. Then let's run. Yeah. So as you can see, it must have spit the output up in this output file. Let's just check it out. And as we see, we got our answer. So now we'll see where the Python part comes into picture. That is taking input digitally. Okay. So in the Python part of our program, what we have done is we have used two things. One is tkinter. So tkinter, it's a way to make pop-up windows and take input and have all those fancy buttons and all that stuff. And then we have used subprocess. Subprocess is a method through which C files can be called in Python files. So here we have defined A, B, and C inputs, and we have defined a function called as save. So we take the input A, B, and C, and then using save function, we have a save button. That save button saves our input in a data file. So this job, if we can also do manually, but this gets done by the Python code. And then we have defined a calculate function. The calculate function job is to call that C file using subprocess and solve our answer. And then it throws that output in that output file. And then we have this show function. The show function's job is to access that output file, take that answer and print it in the Python shell. I've used plenty of comment lines in both my C and Python codes, so you can refer that. Now, folks, when you execute this program, make sure to have all these files in one folder. So I have this folder coding and I have all these files in one folder. You only need to have three files here: main.c, quad.c, and caller.py. These three files need to be in one folder. The input and output files are created when you run the program, and they keep getting appended as you run it. So that's not an issue. Now, one important question that you might be wondering is why first of all, did I not just put this entire quad.c data in this main file? Well, first and foremost, for scalability. Say now I can add 3 more functions. I can make another one file called as complex.c. In that I can declare a function complex main. And in that I can write code for solving for complex numbers, for simple algebra for complex numbers. Say adding 2 complex numbers and all that stuff. And I can give a reference to that in my main.c file. And when I'm executing my Python part of the code, I only need to call main.c. I don't need to call each of those sub C files individually. So this is one main reason why I have used one main.c file, whose job is to only call all these sub files. Now the reason for using Python for solving for our graphical input part is because Python has tkinter. Tkinter is very easy to use in Windows. If you're using C, and if you're using a Linux system, then you can use certain C libraries to do this part of taking input graphically from there. But since I'm using Windows, I'm using tkinter. That's all, folks. Execute the code, and if you have any suggestions, put it in the comment box below. If you like our video, please like and share it. And if you like our channel, then please subscribe. We have a lot of interesting content in this channel. Thank you.